Gaming Mindset here once again with our list of the best Xbox One, Xbox Series X open world games of all time in 2024. Also, if you enjoy our content, be sure to comment and like the video. Oh, and subscribing is a great idea as well. Why was I talking like that? I don't know. Moving on to number 1, The Witcher 3. So to kick things off, we have the magic that is The Witcher 3. Oh, that's right. I was trying to talk like Geralt. Didn't sound good, did it? Anyways, The Witcher 3 is an expansive, beautifully designed world, becoming even better with the second expansion of Blood and Wine. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is a third-person action RPG computer game, and the player plays as Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter working on commission. There are a very large number of different types of monsters in the game. Mythology from different countries and Eastern European folklore and esotericism were used to create this bestiary. And in addition to running and fighting with weapons and spells, Geralt, for the first time in the series, can ride horses, jump and step over obstacles, climb ledges, swim, and smoothly roll down slopes. His combat arsenal includes bombs with various effects, a crossbow and 2 swords, one made of steel and the other silver. The former deals more damage to humans and animals, whereas the latter to monsters. In combat, Geralt can choose to use heavy but slower strikes or use faster attacks but do less damage. He can also dodge or parry back blows. Weapons and uniforms wear out as they are used, so they need to be repaired regularly.
Number 2, Hogwarts Legacy. It's time to go to the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. You get to go on your own adventure as you enjoy not only the expansive fun of school grounds—
Ow! Dobby, get out of the way!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeez, what is Dobby the Elf doing here? This is my show. Anyways, as I was saying, we actually get to see an authentic capture of a place that you've probably read about or watched in the Harry Potter films. Hogwarts Legacy is an exciting open-world role-playing game set in the wizarding world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. Hogwarts Legacy of the 1800s awaits you. Your character is a student who has the key to an ancient secret, oh boy, that can tear the world of magic to pieces. Ah, that's scary. Find allies, fight dark wizards, and decide the fate of the wizarding world while you create your own legacy. It's so cool, you get to experience for yourself, traversing the land in an open world setting. You can go to Hogsmeade, have some butter beer maybe, or anything else you desire to do in the game's immersive map. You can travel on foot or by a broomstick. It's really quite magical. It's thrilling, it's dynamic, and it's a great game if you're a fan of Harry Potter. And I highly recommend it as one of the Series X's best open world games in 2024. Number 3, The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Oh yes, it's an action role-playing video game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. It is the 5th installment in the Elder Scrolls series, following The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion 2006, and was released worldwide for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. The game is set 200 years after the events of Oblivion and takes place in Skyrim, the northernmost province of Tamriel, a continent on the planet Nirn. Its main story focuses on the player's character, the Dragonborn, on their quest to defeat Alduin, the World Eater, a dragon who is prophesied to destroy the world. Well, that's not good. We better kill this thing. Throughout the game, the player completes quests and develops the character by improving various skills. The game continues the open world tradition of its predecessors by allowing the player to travel anywhere in the game at any time, and to ignore or postpone the main storyline forever if you want to. I mean, like, this is such a massive open world role-playing game that you can make whatever character type you want to. You can use mods to make your character even more exclusive to your liking. Haha, I made mine look like Santa Claus. It was fun. And there's fully expansive DLCs that are not a part of the core package that are equally awesome and definitely worth grabbing and checking out, I'm just saying. If you're a fan of open world games, RPGs, games with magic and immersive storylines, or any of the previous Elder Scrolls releases, Skyrim is definitely going to be a game for you, because you are definitely going to fall in love with it. Number 4, Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I don't think this game is going to go anywhere anytime soon. It has incredible replay value with its vast open world amazing storyline, because it is the ultimate Western cowboy experience. Every time I talk about this thing, I always go into a cowboy voice. I don't know why. You can play this puppy on the Xbox Series X. Whether you're enjoying it from the campaign perspective or just enjoying the beauty, the action of Red Dead Redemption 2, designed in the spirit of a Western, I did it again, takes place in several fictional states of the United States. The plot of the game is built around the adventures of the gang of Dutch van der Linde. The player controls one of the gang members, Arthur Morgan, and after passing the storyline to the epilogue, another member of the gang, John Marston. After a botched ferry robbery, you and the gang are forced to hide in the middle of nowhere from federal agents and bounty hunters. Red Dead Redemption 2 allows the player to travel freely around the vast world of the game, finding interesting places and activities such as shooting, robbing, hunting wild animals, horseback riding, and finding collectibles such as cigarette cards, catching legendary fish or animals, dinosaur bones, that was fun, and cave paintings. Look at that! that! You can even paint. I mean, not really. The game does have a special honor system, which takes into account both honorable and criminal deeds of the player, which affects the game's story and gameplay. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, you're missing out a lot, and I strongly recommend that you give it a try. Moving on to number 5, Fallout 4. Fallout series, they're so good. But right now, I'm talking about specifically Fallout 4. This action RPG game, where you can switch between first and third person views, is so freaking good. The basic principles remain the same as in previous games. Explore the open world, fight enemies that you come across, and crap your pants if they're too strong for you. In addition to that, you get to perform the tasks of various characters for their development and advancement. Before starting the game, you can adjust the appearance of the protagonist by choosing your gender, skin color, and facial features, and for the first time in the history of the series, the main character is voiced. During the game, he gets companions, including a doggy that is so freaking cute, and you can give this dog various commands, such as fetching an object. In battles, the VAT system from the third part of the series is used. The fight can be paused, and you can choose the part of the enemy's body you want to damage. Haha, I love it. In skirmishes, there is often an opportunity to achieve victory by trickery in order to shorten the path to the goal, and persuade the enemy to avoid combat if you prefer that sort of thing, but not me, baby! Conflict all the way. But I will say in regards to trickery, in pretty much every single time, a high level of relevant skills is required. The development of the hero takes place according to the traditional system of special, standing for the characters of strengths, senses, stamina, charisma, intelligence, dexterity, and luck parameters. At each level of development of your character, you'll receive a level up point, which can be used to increase some of the character's parameters and skills, which include skills for various types of weapons. For example, by boosting your strength, you can use your power armor more effectively, and by developing the good old noggin, the mind, you will become more skilled with energy weapons and resources. You can get different clothes, foods, and medicine, which can affect the parameters of the character. And they got stimulants, I'm not going to divulge what kind. Oh, and yes, they have food too, both of which can restore health, and armor adds resistance to attacks. Weapons and equipment in Fallout 4 may require repair and maintenance. Some areas and items are contaminated with radiation, so that's not good. Gotta keep an eyeball on that, because radiation reduces the maximum health reserve. Moving on to number 6, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now this is one of the more impressive, long-lasting open-world experiences that people have been enjoying for a very long time, and for good reason, as it captures this beautiful city environment and offers you many ways to play the game, and I mean many. Dive into the world of Grand Theft Auto Online, a dynamic and constantly changing network universe, which can have up to 30 players at the same time. Here you can go from a small-time street thug to the head of a criminal empire. With the constant updates, you'll have access to powerful new transportation modifications, character careers, and numerous gameplay improvements. Add-ons and bonus materials added to Grand Theft Auto Online since its launch have now made it that you can enjoy it alone or by playing with friends. Pull off risky heights, take part in extreme stunt races, and compete in unique versus modes, and meet other players in a variety of social spaces, including nightclubs. Yes, you get to drop it low. They got gaming clubs, penthouse parties, and card club conventions, and more. The developers at Rockstar Games have stated that at the time of release, Grand Theft Auto 5 is their biggest and most ambitious project with the largest open-world game world they've ever created. Grand Theft Auto 5 is not only the most expensive game in terms of development and marketing costs in history, but it's also one of the most popular. As of 2022, its cumulative sales across all platforms exceeding 160 million copies, second only to Minecraft. So in total, the game has 62 main missions and also has many side missions. Since the robbery missions can be completed in several ways and the game has 3 endings, the number of main missions can increase to 69. Number 7, Elden Ring. Now, good old Elden Ring is a 2022 action role-playing game developed by From Software. It was directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, with its world building provided by fantasy writer George R.R. Martin. Yes, the Game of Thrones guy. It was published for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S on February 25, 2022. From Software in Japan and Bandai Namco Entertainment internationally. Oh my gosh, that was long. Woo! Anyways, players control a customizable character who is on a quest to repair the Elden Ring and become the new Elden Lord. Elden Ring is presented through a third-person perspective. Players freely roam its interactive, open-world fighting action-packed battles, completing quests and missions, and looting the environment for its treasures and secrets. The 6 main areas are traversed using the player character Steed Torrent as the primary mode of travel. Linear hidden dungeons can be explored to find useful items. Players can use several types of weapons and magic spells, including non-direct engagement enabled by stealth mechanics. Throughout the game's world, checkpoints enable fast travel and allows players to improve their attributes attributes using an in-game currency called runes. Elden Ring features an online multiplayer mode in which players join through cooperative play to fight bosses or engage in player versus player combat. Elden Ring contains crafting mechanics, and the creation of items requires materials, recipes, and they have recipes which are required for the crafting of items, which can be found inside of collectibles called cookbooks. Who knew? Recipes inside of cookbooks! Isn't that interesting? Anyways, these lovelies are scattered throughout the world. Materials can be collected by defeating enemies, exploring the game's world, or by trading with merchant NPCs. Crafted items include poison darts, exploding pots, and consumables that can temporarily increase the player's combat strength. Oh, they got performance-enhancing drugs. Similar to the Dark Souls game, the player can summon friendly NPCs called spirits to fight enemies. Summoning each type of spirit requires its equivalent spirit ash, and different types of spirit ashes can be discovered as the player explores the game's world. Spirits can only be summoned near structures called rebirth monuments, which are primarily found in large areas and inside boss fight arenas. Number 8. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yes. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a role-playing action and stealth video game developed by Ubisoft Quebec and published by Ubisoft, the 11th game in the main Assassin's Creed video game series and the 20th in total. It was released on October 5th, 2018 on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and in Japan only, Nintendo Switch on October 5th, 2018. It can also be downloaded from the game store for Xbox Series X, which features an update to the original game, allowing for 60 frames per second gameplay, and it looks oh so nice. The sequel to Assassin's Creed Origins is dedicated to the theme of ancient Greece. The game is named after the Homeric poem, the Odyssey. Events begin in 431 BC with the outbreak of the Peloponnesian War, and you get two main characters to choose from: Spartan mercenaries, Alexios, and also Cassandra, descendants of the legendary King Leonidas, the hero of the Battle of Thermopylae. The main opponents to choose from are from the Delian Alliance, led by Athens, and the Peloponnesian Alliance, led by Sparta. The player must prevent the secret society from seizing control of Greece. The character development system has three branches of abilities: an assassin with stealth skills, a warrior with an emphasis on combat skills, and a hunter who provides new archery techniques. Gaining experience by completing tasks, killing enemies, and finding secrets, the protagonist gains skill points. Each point grants a new ability or improves an existing one. At any time in the game, you can reallocate points to adjust to the conditions, which is great, especially when you reach high difficulty levels. The level of enemies now increases with the level of the character. The popularity scale has been returned, which makes it uber fun, because when you commit crimes in front of others, it's gonna grow, and the character will be put on the wanted list. Various items of equipment are available. Bibs, yes, bibs. Helmets, shields, and handrails can be upgraded, like Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins. The main characters have eagle sight, which is performed by Icarus. In open areas, you can call the horse Phobos for riding. The game world consists of 27 zones and is the largest in the series, as well as the most geographically diverse. It includes snowy mountains, forests, sandy beaches, etc. It is so cool. Now on to number 9, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Woohoo! This is a 2018 action role-playing video game developed and published by Warhorse Studios and co-published by Deep Silver for Microsoft Studios, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It is set in the medieval kingdom of Bohemia, an imperial state of the Holy Roman Empire, with a focus on historically accurate content. The story takes place during a war in Bohemia in 1403, the times of King Wenceslaus IV. On the orders of the Hungarian king Sigismund, half-brother Wenceslaus, Cuban mercenaries raid the mining village of Skalitz, a major source of silver. One of the survivors of the resulting massacre is Henry, the son of a blacksmith, destitute and vengeful. Henry joins the service of Lord Radzik Kobyla, who leads a resistance movement against Sigismund's invasion. As Henry pursues justice for his murdered family, he becomes involved in restoring Bohemia's rightful king and Sigismund's half-brother, Wenceslaus IV, to the throne. The game features branching quest lines, an open-world environment, period-accurate weapons, clothing, combat techniques, and architecture, recreated with the assistance of architects and historians, which encourages immersive gameplay. The game received generally positive reviews. Critics praised the story, the attention to detail, and focus on realism, while criticism was aimed at the technical bugs. So there you go, that's it for today. Thanks so much for exploring with me the best of the Xbox One, Xbox Series X open-world games of all time, and for tuning into our channel. Let me know if there's any games that we missed, and let me know your thoughts on the best open world games available on the Xbox Series X. And please do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button.